Pleased to be joined by, originally I thought it was Mr. Underrated, but tonight his head coach called him Mr. Reliable, Jaden Bradley. Congrats on the win, 15 points against the UCLA Bruins. Now, this is twice now in 2 weeks. You guys have faced off against a top 15 opponent in a rowdy environment and came out on top. What type of early season statement are the Arizona Wildcats making so far on this young season?
Just trusting in each other and keep stacking days and trusting in our coaches and the game plan and the stuff that they're putting in and we just got to keep doubling down and what we're doing right now is working, but we got a tough schedule and some tough games coming up down the road, so got to keep stacking days.
That's a very diplomatic and very veteran answer by you.
Yes, sir. I've been at it for a while.
Fair enough. There's plenty of players who dream about being the go-to guy, right? Being the guy that the team goes to in late moments. For you, you have been that guy. What is it like as a competitor, being the guy that your team relies on and being able to come through in the clutch for them?
Just being at the highest level right now in college basketball, that's stuff that, like you said, people dream of, and just having that opportunity and having that responsibility on my shoulders, I want to handle it accordingly. Shout out to Delly and Crevis. They kind of set the foundation for the night. Delly was knocking down shots to get into the rim. Mo was rebounding and finishing in the paint. And when my number was called, I kind of, trusted in my teammates and my coaches, and I made some plays at the end.
I want to go to your preparation. What is it that you do maybe over the offseason that prepares you for moments like this when your team needs a bucket late, whether it's you taking a shot or you finding the right guy that you're prepared for the moment? What have you been doing over the offseason to prepare for something like this?
Everybody in the offseason wants to work on their bag, show they can score, but I just been seeing where my shots are going to be in this offense. I've just been catering to the team and the offense, and I've been doing that all offseason. I know what we're going to do to play, so I've just been working on that, working on my shot, trying to get consistent on the outside, and just trying to be a true point guard for my team, whatever we need.
You talked about Delly earlier. When he gets going like he did today, what's the ceiling of this team?
Man, Delly's we're so deep, and it's going to be anybody's night. And Coach literally, I think it was yesterday or the day before that, he said Delly was going to have a breakout game for us. He spoke that into existence, and when Delly gets hot, I feel like our team, we're a whole different team. He can shoot the three, get downhill, make plays for others. So, I'm excited for him.
We saw that plenty tonight. I know UCLA, Arizona has been a long-time rivalry. For people who don't know, right, you played it a few times now. How would you describe the competitive disdain these two programs have for each other?
Man, it's big time. It's years before us, and Coach Murph does a great job of kind of telling us the background, the history, this rivalry, UCLA, Arizona, and we had some great alums. We had Richard Jefferson come in and talk to us, how big this rivalry is, and so we just went out there, put our hard hats on, and we did it was bigger than ourselves tonight. We did it for the Arizona program, the alumni, and the fan base.
Okay, well now you got to take me through there for a little bit, all right? Take me to the meeting. Richard Jefferson is up there, and give me something that you can share that he said to you guys.
Yeah. Man, he was just saying it's bigger. Like, even though you don't know, everybody's watching this. Everybody's watching this rivalry. He was saying they have a text thread with all the old alumni and the people that played, and they're excited watching us, and they want us to. They wanted us to win this game, and so he just gave us that confidence and letting us know that this is a big game. Like, even though we're not in the same conference and stuff, but we only probably get one chance a year to kind of play those guys.
So now that you guys have won, what type of bragging rights have you earned over the Bruins?
No bragging rights. It's like I said, it's bigger. It's been years on years playing these guys, and I feel like for anything we did it for the fans and our alumni, and we took care of business.
Obviously, we've talked about it before, even going back to Media Day, the concept that Jaden Bradley is underrated. How does it feel now after these early season performances that you've certainly started to wake some people up now?
I just took it. I seen all the stuff that came out earlier in the year. I just took it with a grain of salt, and everything I do it for my team, and everything falls in the right place. And right now it's just my numbers just being called, and I'm performing, and it's gonna be anybody's night at any time. So we're so deep. It's gonna be Dwayne's night. It's gonna be Cole. It's gonna be Braden. So I'm just excited for everybody when they have their moment.
Last one for me. You start out the year taking on the defending national champions. Then you go to LA and beat UCLA. And now for your next game, you have to go on the road to take on UConn. Why did your coach make y'all schedule so difficult?
Our goal. I mean, everybody's goal in college basketball is to win a national championship, win their conference tournament championship. That's for us. That's Big 12, and to do that, it's going to be done on the road, away from home. So playing all these big time schools away from home, it's just keep stacking days and getting us ready for what we got down the road. So going in playing UConn, they won some national championships previous years, and so it's going to be a tough game, hard fought battle. So we're just getting ready for that.
Also, we're looking forward to that next matchup. Jaden, thanks for the time and congrats on the win.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.